what's going on, everybody? Welcome into Crease with Tommy C. It's Malay Monday. Jack Malay in the Crease today with Jeff the Huffman. This week and all week in the Crease with Tommy C is sponsored by Real Talk, the metaphor messiah. Tomorrow on SoundCloud, check out the release of The Ticket Out featuring Ft.Psy 9, a new member of, well, with hip-hop, it's not a band, it's a group, right? Right, guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you're asking,
Talking to a bunch of white guys that like hockey. What the
you're
fuck?
asking the wrong guy on that one.
Why not? I don't understand.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say the
Oh,
wrong thing.
like hip-hop because
Too mainstream.
because it's not AC/DC. I don't know. What the hell? But no, Real Talk, the metaphor. Look, I've mixed hockey and hip hop, I think, quite effectively. You like my Jaromir Jagr video, right?
Yeah.
Fuck off. What about my Real Talk video with the Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks? What about that one?
Yeah, but you used the Blackhawks
I like
in
that.
it.
Yeah. Other than the Blackhawks, it was good.
Hey, jerk off. But really, check it out in the description box below. Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, Psy 9. I'm really looking forward to that. He's pumping all sorts of sunshine up my butt, and I'm really excited because I like Real Talk, and he's a friend of the show, and he's also on the cover. Check out his YouTube page, absolutely everything. He's sponsoring the whole week, and that's super duper nice to him. All right, let's get into some really important hockey issues. You know, stuff that's rattling the world. Let's get into analytics. Let's show up Bob McKenzie by trying to figure out who pissed in Pavel Datsyuk's shoe. You know, so here's the deal. There's a video out there, and because I got tagged yesterday with a copyright claim, I decided not to do the video because I think there's something behind it. That's the real ad. You're
getting noticed. That's what it is.
I don't know, probably not. Probably because that was just such a big video. I think it fell under fair use. I just don't want to give the people my address to fight it any further. It's funny. Sony let it go right away. They didn't even fight me at all. They were like, yeah, sure.
But as you were saying, Phil Kessel makes a trip to Russia to pee in Pavel Datsyuk's skate.
Well, this is the video. I'll give you a synopsis of the video. You get this fat guy here, and he's got a USA jersey, an old one. Well, okay. He's got one from like freaking early 90s. That's like the one Richter wore. And he's supposedly in the Russian locker room, and he at one point goes to Pavel Datsyuk's skate in the locker room and pees in it. I got a couple theories. I'm gonna throw this out there, and I'm gonna. You know what? No, we'll do it this way so I can say I'm right. Jeff, what do you think it is?
I think it's a work by the Russians.
Yeah. Ah, shit, you stole it. Fuck. It is a work by the Russians.
I mean, because I can't really see a guy of that size wanting to make a trip to Russia.
You might eat him.
I don't know if the plane would have enough gas.
Yeah.
You know, to deal with the weight.
What if the food lines got long over there? What would they do then?
Well, they don't have food. They don't have food in Russia.
They don't. Yeah. They could eat. Well, they didn't have food in Russia when I was a kid. Now apparently they do. Jack, what do you think?
I think the whole thing's fake. Totally fake. It's clickbait.
Yeah. It's funny as clickbait and smart to do it with some crappy. You know why? Here's my issues with it. It's too crappy. You know, The video's too crap. People's phones now, man, you got megapixels, and this is like a really bad phone, whatever it is, and it's already says viral videos 2016. The jersey's old. That's suspicious to me. That's a difficult jersey. That's the one I think Mike Richter wore in the Canada Cup in 1990. So I'm a little suspicious of that. Also, people are going to say I'm nuts. I being in Europe, I can tell an American face, of course, they're of European descent, or a Caucasian American face from a European American's face, and that guy looks European to me. Look, that's just a feeling. The fact that he's fat, that's a common stereotype. So I think we're going to do that, and then Pavel Datsyuk's going to walk in and I don't know, hack his cock off with some with some dirty hands. That's what I think. So I think it's a big work, and it's sort of in the who did this? Jimmy. Who's the late night talk show guy? Jimmy, the guy used to be on Ben Stein's Money.
Fallon?
Yeah, not Fallon. Oh, fuck that guy. Who's the other guy? Jewish guy. That guy sucks.
Kimmel, Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he do some stunt last year? He sort of created a viral video where some girl was twerking and then she set the house on fire, and then it was released on Kimmel's show that the whole thing was a work to begin with. I think that's what we're looking at there. And if it's funny, if it is, it's funny. I like it. I think it's a good idea. Who cares?
How does this guy get into the Russian locker room anyway? It's not something you can just waltz right into.
You got to be nuts too to break a to commit a crime as an American in Russia. I mean, you got to be out of your fucking gourd. You know, that's not evidence enough that it didn't happen. If it did happen, this is disgusting. I don't think it's funny.
Not even a little funny. Come on.
No. This kind of stuff.
But you think the Chewbacca thing's funny?
Yeah. No, pissing in somebody's shoe.
Yeah, it might be a step too much.
You know, if he took the jersey and he kind of rubbed it on his butt like a towel, you know, like that whole thing with the arms back and forth. All right, then I could have laughed. But I don't know, peeing in somebody's shoe. I don't know. I think we're gonna see the other half of this video. I think they're doing it. Jimmy Kimmel situation. What do you guys think? 718-395-7660. I don't know why I'm taking calls now. 718-395-7660. Happy Malay Monday, everybody. What's happening? Let's go to the next subject. Incredible game last night. Bolts take a 2-0 lead. The Pens take a 2-0 lead early in the first, and it was pretty much all downhill from there until late in the second period, where the Pittsburgh Penguins make it 3-2, and the Bolts do it again. They come back and force an overtime and actually win it. My feelings on this series, although actually, one of the things I noticed, or rather something Eddie Olczyk pointed out, even though the Pittsburgh Penguins went up in the first period, there was something, I'm not going to say their goals were lucky, but it did feel to me that even though they were down 2-0, and I know it sounds crazy, that the Bolts were kind of carrying the puck a lot more. They were controlling the play a lot more, and I kind of wonder if it was just a matter of time, and certainly that's exactly what happened before the Bolts would get into that situation. The other thing I noticed is, Trevor Daley not being there was a big impact. He really has been the defenseman that Chris Letang has needed right next to him all along. I thought the team looked different without Trevor Daley, and I didn't expect it to be any other way. The other thing, and I guess the final thing I have to say, I would not be shocked if the Pens won 2 in a row, but this is by far their greatest test to come back. They are literally on the brink, the eve of destruction. Nothing would not shock me, but if they do pull this off, they're going to go the rest of the way. Because that is, I think, the final character test of a hockey team. And considering they didn't play that horrible and they played well in the series and every other series, I don't know if it's out of the realm of possibility that Pens go on and win the series. But there's certainly, that loss last night was huge. How do you feel about it, Jack?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Trevor Daley, you look at Chris Letang, I think he was a -4 in the game. So obviously they were missing him. That Killorn goal we were talking about right before we went on, where Fleury got beat up high on the short side, that was just like a back-breaking goal. And I didn't really understand the goaltending switch to begin with. I always thought if you were going to have Fleury play, you needed him to just start the series. They could have had him start game 1, but they didn't. All of a sudden you throw him in game 4 when you're getting blown out, and now you throw him in for game 5. He doesn't have the best game. And I don't know. They didn't have a goaltending problem, and I still think they don't. Mm-hmm. But they definitely have some questions about who's gonna play. And Sidney Crosby got a few minutes cut off his ice time as well. So maybe I don't know. Maybe they need the stars to step up.
What do you think with going with Fleury? Like, do you think that was a good move, or did they kind of invite to all the goalie controversy they didn't need? I found that move a little bizarre, to be honest with you.
I did, yeah. They should have had him. If they're going to play him, you should have started him in game 1. Have him start the series. If it didn't work out in game 1, you start Murray in game 2. No harm done. You're only down 1-0. But now, I mean, halfway through the series, It makes
now we
no
have a
sense
goalie.
to me.
Now we have a goalie controversy. It's almost like he made his own decision more difficult by doing it this way. But I got to be honest with you. In fairness, I think you're 100% correct. I would have been critical had he put Fleury in. I think that's a gamble considering how much time he had off. And let's keep in mind, Fleury didn't have a horrible game last night by any means. Yeah, he got beat 4 times, but there was the Penguins really couldn't. They weren't really good at. The Bolts shut down the passing lanes. They prevented the Penguins from being the free-flowing hockey team that we're used to. Jeff, what did you think of last night?
Well, like you guys said, I don't think I wasn't too on board with them starting Fleury. Like you said, if you're going to start him in the first game of the series, because I don't think Murray played that horrible in that game.
Did he? Yeah,
that
I
they
agree.
got that the Lightning went up 4-0, and I thought he had no help out there, but put Fleury in, and like we were saying right before we went on the air, that Killorn goal. I mean, you can't let him score on a goal like that.
No. Well, but that was only one goal. I don't think the overall performance.
I know, but that was such a huge momentum shift for him.
Yes, it was. But if I'm going to blame anybody, I'm going to blame Sullivan for creating this situation. I think that's a lot to ask of Fleury. I can't sit there and say this, you Bill Bucknered this up. No, that's not what happened. I mean, he gave up a sort of a rusty goal. Guy hadn't played since, March? If I'm not mistaken? Yeah, guy hadn't played in March. So really, the coach, I think, has got to take the responsibility for this. And, you're playing Eastern Conference Final or Western Conference Final. You as a coach, you could be one bad decision of losing the Stanley Cup. Jack, what's the odds of the Pens coming back?
Well, they got to make. I mean, I don't know. They're still good enough to win when they're playing their game. I think they're still good enough to beat the Lightning. But I think you talked about the Penguins coach. Maybe make a little controversy there, but I think the Lightning's coach Cooper deserves a lot of credit as well, because he made a few switches in this game. He only dressed 11 forwards, and he basically only played 10 of them. He put the guys out there that were getting the results, and he didn't care, what your last name was. He was only going to put the guys out there that got results, and it paid off. He made some line changes during the game as well. And I think Lightning are a freaking good team.
They're
we keep
a good
forgetting
team.
that too.
They
just went to the Stanley Cup final, and they're doing all this with Strawman, who just got back. They're doing it with their backup goalie and no Steve Stamkos. They're a good team.
It is impressive. I think both these teams have played very well in this series. Nobody should really looking down at their feet.
Right.
I think that this has been a great series, and I'm not surprised. I would not be surprised if we see a Game 7. I think the Pittsburgh Penguins have more than enough ability to get back in this, but boy, they made it a lot harder last night.
They had the heartbreak kid there, but Pittsburgh were the ones that.
Yeah, they had the HBK line. Maybe they went a little too hard with that.
Yeah. They didn't play him all that much either. That's what I didn't really get. Like Kessel gets more ice time because he's on the power play, but Bonino and Hagelin, they only played about 15 minutes in that game, and everyone says that by far is their best line. I'm like, well, then play these guys 20 minutes a game if they're your best line. I don't get it.
If I had to guess, for the reason is even though they gave up 2 goals in the first, the Lightning controlled most of the first period. Possession-wise. So maybe that particular line is not good at clogging up the passing lanes. So they flip things around a little bit. They wanted to put different lines. That's a guess on my part. I don't know. But in a lot of ways, I think the Pens weren't able to overcome the way Cooper and the Lightning sort of controlled the game, even though they went up 2-0 early. And if everybody thinks I'm nuts, I don't know. It was being pointed out by Eddie Olczyk that they got 2 goals, but they're not exactly running the gambit here. And I think over time in a situation like that, you're going to win eventually, even if you give up 2 goals. Let's see, 65% fake, 35% real. Fat pig, Matt Flinsky. They'll put Murray in tomorrow. Is that confirmed? Bama Fox says they're going to put Murray in tomorrow.
I think that's his opinion.
Yeah, that's his opinion. Okay. Her.
Her. Whoa.
Be nice. Well, maybe you can say that because maybe we don't know what she identifies as. Ben Sinner, what do you think of Putin's speech? Well, it was in Russian. That's what I thought of it. I didn't know about Putin's speech. But I think the video's fake, guys. I hope it's fake. I got to be honest with you. I'm saying it's fake because I don't want an American to be that big an asshole. But I'm well aware there are Americans out there that are that big of assholes. I just like to think that this is some kind of viral video stunt.
Yeah, they're going to wait to announce the Game 6 starter tomorrow in Pittsburgh.
And Putin's not a legend. Hopefully. Putin's going to end up like Harkescu. That's what's going to happen one of these days. Or he'll take over Europe. Who knows? What else do I got? Blues, Sharks. Where are we at tonight, Jeff?
Well, I mean, the big thing for the Blues right now, Jake Allen's starting, by the way.
Jake Allen in net, confirmed by Jeff the Huffman, newsman, bluesman.
Yes. The big question is, Backes and Fabry, they both skated in the pregame warm-up. But they haven't said if either of them are sitting out or if they're playing. Backes left in the middle of towards the end of the first period, didn't play the rest of the game, but he was on the bench. And Fabry got absolutely destroyed by Tommy Wingles by the bench, and he played for a few minutes after that, but then just sat next to Backes the rest of the game. But I mean, they didn't need him in that last game, so I mean, Hitchcock said they'd be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the way the Blues were playing in Game 4, they really didn't need him last game, so there was no need to push it.
I think we're dealing in a situation we have slight injuries, maybe not enough to see a doctor, but Hitchcock's not taking any chances when the Blues are controlling the hockey game. I think that's all this is. If they're feigning, if the Blues are feigning whether Fabry or Backes won't be in or not, I think it's just to confuse the Sharks bench. And because that's good, because whether those two guys are in a lineup are probably going to have an impact on the lines they go with that particular night.
Fabry's got the most points for the Blues.
Well, maybe he's going to get the MVP. Maybe we're looking at MVP. Oh God, they're all stop talking about Vladimir fucking Putin. Jesus Christ, he kills journalists.
Politics out there.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll talk about what you want. Don't listen to me. I'm an asshole. Jack, Blues, Sharks. What do you think?
Jeff's probably, he's the Blues fan. He watches them religiously, but I think from what I've seen for them this playoffs, I know they won 2 Game 7s, but I thought that win in Game 4 in San Jose was probably like their most impressive win of this series. To be shut out 2 games in a row, everyone was counting them out. Everyone was saying Sharks are running over them, and then they come out. At least for the first 2 periods, they looked really impressive. The third period, I think they get a little bit sloppy towards the end there, and the Sharks really came on strong. But I was really impressed with how they bounced back and took that game. And now it's a best of 3, and they got home ice advantage.
Yeah, and I was shocked. I got to be honest with you. I thought that team looked tired. The game before, they came back like they didn't lose. Game 3, I thought they looked tired. They looked beat. They looked like a team that played 14 plus games, and they did this. It is really incredible. It's a testament to the Blues. But I don't even know where to go with this series because I was really wrong about that last game. I thought they blew it, but
both of these series are a coin flip.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's really tough. But no, I tell you something, the way they played in Game 3, I didn't think that was the case anymore. I just thought they played too many games. It really is a testament to the St. Louis Blues.
They have had a much harder road in the first 2 rounds than the Sharks. I mean, they played 2. Not taking anything away from the Kings and the Predators, but I mean, the Hawks and the Stars were the two best teams in the West.
Yep, not in the playoffs, and that's all that matters. All right, I'll take your calls. Taking Sousa's first call. Sousa, what do you want?
Real quick before I start, I'm still waiting for my marbles.
What models?
My marbles.
Oh, fuck off! What do you want?
I wanted to talk about the Penguins and Lightning.
Get to it.
And the goal.
Yes.
What did you think of that back goal by Tyler Johnson?
The back goal. Which one was that? Refresh my
Hit him in the back and went in the net.
Yeah, there you go. That one.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's just it's hockey. You get freaky goals. I mean, I've seen games where I don't know if you could do that with the skates today, but I saw a puck get stuck in between. I don't know. I want to call it the hole that like between the boot and the skate itself and the plastic that holds the skate up. I've seen pucks get caught in there. Weird shit happens, man.
I've scored twice with my ass. I've done that. I've seen Keith Kachuk score with his face.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've actually played and seen a face goal. I've seen Henrik Lundqvist do a header, put the puck right in front of him so he could scoop it up. So I think it's just.
I've seen Zdeno Chara do a spinorama.
There.
Yeah,
Do
good
you
for him.
remember that? That
Yeah,
was funny.
I think I did. He looked ridiculous. If I'm not
He scored.
Did he? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. You got anything else?
Yeah, before I go, I need your advice.
No.
There's a wasp that's following me in every room of my house, and if I try to kill it, it's gonna attack me. Help.
Well, kill it. Don't kill it before it stings you.
Yeah.
Kill the wasp.
Don't miss.
Yeah. You know what I would do? I would get bug spray, but I wouldn't use the bug spray. I would also get a lighter, right? And what you do is you use the bug spray like a World War I torch. What do they call that? I bet Jeff Huffman knows. He plays a lot of COD. What do they call that? A fire
flamethrower?
Flamethrower. That's right. And make sure you don't tell your parents before you're about to do something like that, because they don't need to be bothered. And after that, go smoke some weed and go to bed. All right, kid.
I'm not part of that lifestyle.
Well, I don't know. You can be whatever. Like, dude, it's 2016. You could be a chick if you want. Congratulations.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't. Well, then you'll
I
never
don't want to be a lesbian.
Well, I am a lesbian, so too bad for you, pal. That's it. Pittsburgh boy, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, nothing. Good. How are you, sir? Congratulations to Roman Reigns.
I got a feeling that the Pens are done.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them to come back, but I got to be honest with you. Any team can do it the way they're playing now. I think. Don't be shocked.
Well, Daly being out, that's going to hurt us big time.
What's that?
Daly being out, that's going to really impact how we play, though.
Yeah. I mean, what's his name? Tanner. What's his fucking name? I remembered his name in the beginning of the show. What the hell happened? It's Chris Letang and
Trevor Daly.
Trevor Daly.
Trevor Daly. There you go.
Trevor Daly. I know his first name for some reason. I do a daily podcast and I can't get Trevor Daly. Ironic. No, you saw the holes. You saw the problem, and I don't know. I think Sullivan's a good coach. I even though I think it might have been a bad move with the goalies, but I think they can get back in this. I do. I really think they can.
Would you play Murray or would you play Fleury?
I don't know, man. I think that's his. I wouldn't have freaking put Fleury in the first place. He created the worst thing you can have going into the playoffs. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's the second worst thing. The first worst thing you can have is a goalie controversy during the playoffs. He created this monster.
Well, every team started both their goalies in the conference finals. So
actually, Pittsburgh played 3 because they started off with what's his face, the Russian.
I said the conference finals.
Yeah.
Off.
So, yeah, that's another way to look at it. I didn't think of it that way, but I just didn't think that Murray played all that bad. And at the same time, look, he's your starting goalie, Marc-Andre Fleury. He had a good season this year.
Yeah.
He had a good season last year. And he's the starting goalie. And as Eddie Olczyk said, the only way he's going to, Fleury's going to get in is if Murray surrenders the net. Well, in a sense, he did surrender the net, and I think you got to ride out Fleury now. You got to ride out a guy that's only played one game, and that one game he lost a heartbreaker in overtime. I don't know what you do. You can't switch goalies like this back. 1992 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Look what Roger Nielsen did with switching John Van Beesbrook and Mike Richter. It doesn't work, man. I think if the Penguins do lose, especially if they switch goalies and lose that game too, if they go to I think we're going to look back and as a misstep for Sullivan. But overall, he's had a fantastic season, so there's not much you can do. You can build on this. It's Pittsburgh Penguins are still reasonably young. So, and then they can go out and get another defense.
You think Jake could pull it off, though?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind. And I'm no fan, and you know that I've been very critical about their heart, their leadership, but I haven't seen those problems in this playoffs, but there's just no reason why there's no reason for them for me to believe they can't get back in it.
I had them winning in 7, so
they win the next 2 games in a row, they're going to win the whole thing. How about that? Because if you can dig out of a bad situation like this, you can win it all. I really believe that. Am I off there, Martin? Jack?
No, I don't think so at all. They lost, but it was overtime. These teams are they're all extremely close at this point, even in the Blues and Sharks series. So it's not out of the realm possibility that the Penguins win, but they do have their backs against the wall, obviously.
Absolutely. Thanks for the call, Pittsburgh boy. Martin, Staten Island, you're on the air.
Yeah, that was a very intense game last night. I watched the overtime because Extreme Rules just ended, WWE, but it was intense. I was switching in between both of them. It was very intense, and I think Pittsburgh is going to end up winning the series because I really liked the way they played, even though they blew up the lead they had.
Was it intense? Was it intense enough for you?
Yeah.
Wait, was it so intense you watched Extreme Rules?
Yeah. I was watching it on my phone because I was at the event.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right, because it was in Jersey last night, right?
Yeah, I went to the Prudential Center. I was watching on my phone.
How was it?
Good. I mostly watched it during the Divas match because the Divas match was horrible. I mean, women's match.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Well, I thought the Divas were doing good.
Well, anyway, I would not be...
The Prudential Center, is it a good place to watch wrestling?
Yeah.
It looked pretty good. I have to admit, it looked freaking pretty professional.
The food was bad, though.
It's funny because New Jersey has one of the best facilities in the NHL now. Most of those GoPro videos are filmed at their practice rink in New Jersey. So yeah, it's. I want to go to Prudential Center. I can't wait to go.
Oh, it's really nice.
Yeah,
really
I drove
nice.
by it. Now it's so wild. You get a New Jersey Transit, you go by Red Bull Stadium, you go to Prudential Center, you go through the tunnel, then you come out at the Garden. Boy, things are a lot easier. Maybe I should have stayed home.
I never went to the Garden. I went to the Prudential Center.
I went to the. You never went to with that accent. You never went to the Garden. Holy Christmas!
No, I've seen Dallas and the Devils play. I wanted to go to the Garden.
Wait! You live in Staten Island. Take the fucking ferry.
I could.
That's the problem. You got to take the ferry.
Yeah.
Staten Island. People don't consider that part of New York.
Yeah, they actually don't. Oh, isn't that a part of New Jersey? Yeah.
All right, Tommy, I have to go, but I think Pittsburgh's going to win it in 7.
Really? All right. Well,
yeah.
You want to elaborate?
No, I can't. I got to go.
All right. Talk to you later. He's probably at work. Take care, brother. Yeah, good call.
Sirion in the chat said he had goals bouncing off his balls. And when I first read it, I thought he said I had girls bounce off my balls.
I
was like, hey, good for you. But then I saw it was goals. So
yeah, he probably counts that. Girl probably he probably had a female referee drop the puck, so he probably figured, well, is that technically action? No, it's not even getting thrown out at first. Sorry, Sir Ron. All right, I'm pretty much done. Yeah, let's call it early tonight. I'm a little off tonight, guys. I haven't had a bad Monday in a long time. And it's me. I know when I say that shit, you're like, everybody's like, oh, I was okay. I don't know. No, I'm fine. Unless somebody calls in right now. And they're not. Bye. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm going to go watch fat ladies put on Chewbacca masks. No rioting in Baltimore, huh?
Not yet.
Yeah, it would have happened already. Decision came this morning. I'll go in a Drudge Report right now. See, nope. It's not even in the headline. I think everybody figured out over there those cops are kind of innocent. Oh. It is disgusting that I was hoping... I was going to steal a page out of Cronin's book. I was thinking about... If they're writing, I was thinking about going live. Yeah. Those are some of the best shows we did over there. Oh, I got to... Ah, fuck. I hit the wrong button again. I got to call her. I'll take it. I bet it's a prank.
I know who
314, you're on the air.
Hey, he was going to end the show, so I wanted to call him really quick.
Ah, was it Saron?
No, 314, St.
No.
Louis number.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead. Hit me.
Am I on?
No, the show's over.
Oh, man.
That sucks, right? You should have called a little early before I started playing the music. You know what I mean?
Well,
What were you?
whatever
Let's maybe I'll tape this. What were you going to talk about?
Well, I was going to talk about all kinds of things.
Well, pick one.
Well, Most Alberts are black and wasps are red. So if you're going to go after them and kill them, you can be more brave with the black ones too. Jack Malay is cool. I haven't,
I don't know. You're all broken up. You're all broken up. What's wrong with your phone?
I don't know.
Oh, now you sound good. So you got to put your mouth on it. Start again. What were you going to talk about if we were still on the air?
Well, one, about the Blues. Hitch did a presser, and I know that you and Jack will like this because he ripped on the media and had some hilarious singers. And talked about the coachmanship that was going on between him and DeBoer.
Mm-hmm.
Where they were like,
DeBoer cries every time he loses.
Yeah. I guess because he wants
I know, but it was hilarious. He was like, hey, we're friends. We have to make it fun for us, too. And I think that Hitch is going to have another year. I think he knows he's going to get renewed because he's having fun with this. And it's kind of fun to see him, the glit in his eye and him bantering back and forth between the media and how he's managed the team. So I think it's been more of a hands-off this year as far as during the season, him not, cracking the whip as much and the players challenging him. And with the dynamics of what's going on between him and the players and him and the media, it's been pretty fun to watch.
I'll give you this. Hitchcock is when I think he's made bad decisions during this playoff, he's backed them up with incredible decisions and very creative. He really shows me that he's willing to take chances. He's willing to gamble still. And you're right, Pete DeBoer's big baby, but I could have told you that because he was in New Jersey for like goddamn how many years? I don't know.
What are you talking about that from New Jersey? Can't help it if we always talk like assholes.
Are you making fun of people from New Jersey?
Am I on the air?
Are you making fun of people? No, you're not in the air. I ended the show like an hour ago. Are you making fun of people from New Jersey?
No, but I had a good friend from New Jersey, and
who was that? Who was that?
His name was Rick.
Rick?
And he's an old guy that was just kind of a little bit lonely and likes to talk, and he was hilarious. And he would always say, I would like, hey, quit, Rick, take it easy. Like, I can't help it if I sound like an asshole. He's into numerology.
Sounds like he was from Staten Island, to be honest with you. Like
I don't know if my impression is great, but
you know what I think we're gonna do? What we're gonna do is I'm going to add this to the show later. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sort of reinforce it. I'm gonna put this on top of the live show. This is such a good call.
All right, and I wanted to say too, I found your channel through Jack Malay's channel, and I would call in his show, but he only takes Skype, and I don't do Skype, and I'm lazy about computer stuff. But
he's really
awesome.
He's Jack Malay. He's not here right now, but he's incredibly incompetent when it comes to tech stuff. Don't tell him I said that, though.
Yeah.
Do you agree? Do you agree with that?
But no, because I can't be any judge because I'm the absolute worst.
Yeah. But don't you think he should do it better? Don't you think like that's why he has like, I don't know, 300 subs, whatever it is, and I have like 1,700 or whatever it is, because he's just incompetent?
Well, I just chase the rabbit holes from link to link to link, and I've
got. God, I can't get this guy to do anything, Jack. I can't believe it. By the way,
it was a good try.
Hey, guess what, buddy? I got good news. You made it on the air.
Hey.
Yeah, congratulations. Have you ever been blown up before? Have you ever been blown up before, St. Louis?
No.
Welcome to the team! Hey, great call. Thanks, everybody. Make sure you check out Real Talk the Metaphor Messiah. Real Talk the Metaphor Messiah. It's in the description box below. The ticket out featuring Cyanide. No, Cyanide. Do you know the guy's a rapper? And he's also, well, maybe I shouldn't talk about that. He's got other shit going on. He's like a graduate of university, right? So, and Real Talk took him in, so we're going to see what this white boy can do. Look at this white guy. Yeah. See? Real Talk's not racist. He'll take on a white rapper. Yeah. Or maybe the man made him take a white rapper. You ever think of that?
Probably not.
Why don't you guys help me? Help me. It's hard to do this.
I'm still trying to figure out what rap is.
Wow. Who's that guy who would fight? We were talking about Trump last night, and fights in the chat. Oh, well, 3 middle-aged white guys. Oh, they're voting for Trump. Big shocker. You know? And then Jeff's like, I'm not middle-aged. I'm a stupid millennial. What are you talking about? Sanders, free school.
Free everything.
Yeah, free everything. For you, free hockey podcast, free gaming headsets, free webcams. You have a right to a webcam. And free microphones for Jeff, because he never, fucking 1 year with it, he won't get a new one. Get out of my goddamn craze, baby.
Hey, I just want to apologize for my friend yesterday.
Why? What about him?
He stole my phone and he went into your chat and he just started typing this random stuff.
I didn't even notice it, so why are you apologizing?
Yeah, I didn't notice either.
No, it wasn't the stream.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Susan, why do you always have your dog with you when you call in?
Yeah, that's a good question.
He's my only friend.
Why? Why don't you make a new friend?
I don't have the talent.
You don't have the talent?
No.
I
thought you
social
played
media.
What about the guys in the locker room?
I'm too good for them.